Everyone.
Good evening.
So after chaotic 5 rounds, let's say, do you think they've got it in him tonight to have a bit of a cleaner race? Mexico's a tough track for penalties, so
Yeah, well, you'd like to think so after last week's race around Azerbaijan. I don't know if anyone here's watched it, but if you haven't, make sure to go and watch it because it was definitely entertaining. Whether it was clean and safe, it's a different question, but hopefully this weekend will be a bit better. We can see some nice clean racing.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of people who will be further back in the grid on the start, which is probably not what you want to be here, as turn 1 is not wide enough for a bunch of F1 cars. But Tosti and Optimus Time have got qualifying bans, so they'll be on the back row of the grid. So,
They
unfortunate for them. But if you
Definitely
do
is.
stuff if you do stuff wrong, then you're gonna get penalised.
And for some drivers starting further back, maybe a bit of a blessing. We can start on medium tyres and avoid the carnage at the first corner that there probably will be. Probably stay up for a good position, so... Well, let's hope that's not the case. Let's hope there is a clean turn 1. But first of all, of course, we've got qualifying. Any predictions on pole times?
yeah, I would have thought the drivers will be in the 1 minute 14s. Looking at the Discord all week, they've been practicing hard, or some of them have. Anyway, I know there's a few that haven't bothered. I expect them to be in the mid 14s. I would have thought, under pressure as well. Can someone get in the 13s? Maybe 1 or 2 drivers have got the pace in them, but can they put the lap together? I'm not so sure.
No. At the end of the day, I don't think it's too much about qualifying this track, because if you qualify on pole, you're going to be a sitting duck on the first lap, especially into the first corner, because you've got the longest run on the calendar down to the first corner, so those starting in third or fourth probably have the best opportunity. But it'll still be interesting to see who's got quickest on that pace. That's for today's drive course, as we load in now. Any predictions of being wet?
I hope for these though it isn't, but it would make it a lot.
It would make it a lot more interesting. Not to say that it wouldn't be anyway, but it would definitely spice things up.
It is not.
Nah, it's nice and dry.
For the race, can't be too sure, but
No, you're right. Hopefully within the next few seconds we should see the Geki Tosti and Optimus Time retiring, which should be them serving their qualifying bands. Obviously it'll take a few seconds for them to put on their setup, which hopefully they don't forget to do. But as long as they retire, we should all be good. And I wonder who's going to be first out on track.
there's a Renault.
It is, and it's going to be... Oh, yes, Tosti's gone. Good.
Tell
Putting
us.
on-
Ellis. They
Thanks
said
for the
a
first
couple
one
of drivers have put mediums on.
So I was talking about Renault quickly. I just want to point out that this is Apex Flexi's first race in Tier 3, I think it is, after choosing to move down from Tier 2.
Yeah, making his debut in Tier 3 tonight. Feels that this is going to be a bit more suited to him. But he is a quick driver, so if he puts it together, it could be one of those up there, maybe to challenge last week's race winner, FTR Tomper. I've probably said that wrong again.
No, that's how I've said it anyway.
Oh, as Alice just cut one of the corners. Not too bad, but it's enough to invalidate his outlap.
Yep, he'll be hoping not to do that on the next lap.
Yeah, so he'll be the first driver to start a flying lap, so we'll stay with him for now. Choosing to use the soft tyres. A few more drivers have elected to do their first run on the medium tyre. Mogs, Apex, JLI, Tomper and Cloud.
Ellis has ruined his lap, I think. He's already invalidated.
Yeah,
Not
yes.
Tomper, Foxy is going to be the first
He's
one to set a lap.
I was about to say he stayed on the racing line, but he has moved out the way of Foxy.
Oh,
Oh, just clips the curb there and
Lucky to go over that.
puts. Yeah. Chooses not to use all the curb on the right hand side. Oh, it's invalidated.
think it's going
Who's
to
the next
be
car?
Wangzon. He'll be looking to get further up the grid because he is currently sitting third in the standings, but obviously we've got to discount its chappers from that, so he's moved up to 2-2. Oh, as he invalidates. Not the
This is going to be
Tosti,
trend throughout this qualifying. Are we going to see a lot of people invalidating their laps? Let's hope not. But I think it's going to be Rowan. He's going to be the first actual driver to set a lap time here, as long as he can keep it on the track. So he's coming through the stadium
Just picked
section
him up.
now. And through the last corner now. Using all the track on the exit. And across the line, what's it going to be? A 1:16.5 is our first lap.
I think we've got
Expect
the
to see their
Williams,
times tumble down from
Tom,
there.
16.8. It's going to be high rise, he's invalidated.
Yep.
Apex.
He's also
1
invalidated.
That's alright, I'll do it.
I wish there was like a little red marker on the map. Critical divide wants an invite. I wish there was a little like red dot on the map to see whether a driver's invalidated, so you don't have to flick through between each one. Codemasters, if one of you is tuning in.
Oh, Tom's off.
No damage.
Optimus Time hasn't retired.
No, I've just sent him another message. As Divide joins us. Ellis coming through the last few corners now. There's OAP Fox, this is 1:15.8. Here comes Ellis. 1:16.9. Slots him at the back of the pack so far. As Wangdong goes even lower, at 1:15.4.
Poet's up to 20.5. I don't
Ellis,
think that was...
wow. Well, that unfortunately was caught on stream.
My point of view too. I don't think Wangdong was on a lap though,
Yeah, it's true.
fortunately. But still, needs to be more aware of who's coming around him.
I was just on Poet and his time. He backed out through Stadium. I think he wanted to set it on this lap, being validated through turn 1.
Just caught now.
There's Moggs has just about to start his first lap on mediums.
Yeah, I wonder what you can do on the medium side.
Is this Moggs?
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah.
So if you can get into the 16s on the mediums, that'd be a good lap.
Both the
Thought
Mercedes.
Yeah. I think if you want to realistically qualify on these in this tier, you'd want to be in the low 1:16s to have a decent qualifying position still, but either way, starting on the mediums as he's going to invalidate here. Yeah, thought so.
Yeah.
Starting on the
Both
mediums
of
is a
us.
huge advantage for you. Whereas JLI is
something like
stopped on the track.
That's just letting Silent Poet through on his third consecutive flying lap. His engine will be very warm, to say the least.
Yeah, his tyres too. There's critical divides straight out onto the track, onto the medium tyres. There's Ascari has left the session.
I will give them an invite.
Do I not just go quicker there, or am I... Oh, what is going on here? Because both the Mercedes are off the track trying to get out of the way of other cars.
Both Mercedes on mediums actually, which is quite interesting. Moggs on his second lap now. Just coming through.
Also,
sector
just
two.
want to put in there, sorry, Silent Poet goes P4 on the soft tyres. Just like to say that thank you to everyone that has followed the channel. We have now hit 100 followers.
Well done.
Something I never thought I'd see.
Oh, but there's car. It's here. Let's push for 200. There's Optimus Time
I
finally
don't-
retires.
On track.
Oh, yes.
Why would you go? What are you gaining from that? I'm just gonna go on Mr. Rowan.
Yeah, you can see the car ahead on track. And Rowan should
And he's
start
on a
his
lap
lap.
as well, and that's gonna get right.
That's
He's-
convenient that it's his teammate.
Optimus Time is actually.
Looks like the car's still
Oh, wait,
going.
I think. No, wait, no, it's just pulled off now.
Yep, well,
Did Ascari get back in?
no.
Sent them an invite anyway. That someone's just jumped up quite a lot. I think that was Apex. High rise. As you said, whole time will be in the 14s. There you go, there's someone in the 14s. There's JLI set to 16 flat on the mediums, and his teammate is set as 16.6.
Yeah. As you're talking
That's
just
good
for
luck.
the stream, Callum, fight in the Constructors' Championship between Red Bull and Mercedes right now. 1-2 currently qualifying for the Red Bull guys. They'll be happy with that at the moment.
Just on board with FTR Tom, the Williams. He's just shy of 2/10 up on his time.
Ascari's game crashed, that's why they're not joining back straight away.
He's
he's
just
just-
invalidated. Looks a little bit angry with the shaking of the steering wheel there.
On board with Ellis now. Through the stadium section, last turn. Gets the power down. 15.2, puts in P2. Lap from the Renault driver. Sky is back in the session.
Is
Sky
a-
is coming out the pits.
Apex moves up into 4th with the 115.7.
Moggs must have invalidated. He's come back in and he's gone
Yeah.
back out on the soft skin.
I think he has.
Cloud invalidated as well on the medium tyre.
Wangdon's on a quick lap here. He's 5 tenths up currently. Going through the last corner now. Is he going to be in the 114s? It is a 114.916. Just half
It's
a
a Red
tenth
Bull
quicker than his
1-2.
teammate.
Langdon will be really happy with that because this will probably be one of his biggest chances to close in on Tosti in the championship. 10-point gap as it stands. So, pole compared to 16th or 15th is, well, a huge advantage obviously, and we'll see that pan out in the race, whether he'll stick it in fast or whether Tosti will.
Ellis.
That's him cutting stadium section, right?
No, I get his thinking behind what he's just done there, but he still shouldn't do it. He's coming into the pits anyway, so no harm done.
Silent Poet just going on to their lap, coming in through turn 1. Can they keep it valid?
Moggs has just started his lap as well. Just coming.
Apex has just pitted, he's
sector.
gone up to 4th.
Yep.
Divide is coming back out on medium tyres.
Oh, Rowan's just ahead of Moggs. Is going to get blocked. No, he's not. Rowan gets out of the way.
Poet got really lucky on his lap. All four wheels were off the track on the exit of turn 5. But again, clearly being
As
very
Mobs
nice.
comes through the last corner now. I think this will be his first flying lap that he's set. What's he going to be? A 1:15.5 moves on to P4.
Yeah, good luck.
Silent Poet nearly stacking up on his time, which would put him around apex, especially if he pieces together a good sector 3.
Yeah, as Ascari comes around the last corner for his first time lap, what's it going to be? A 1:16.1 that's good enough for 10th place, because Silent Poet also improves. A 1:15.7 dead moves up onto 5th place.
Just to mention, H2O Cloud's only left the garage once, and I think that was just for an out lap, and then just came back in, which...
Went out on the mediums and then came back in. His teammate there, he's on mediums.
Silent Poet's just invalidated.
Both the Mercedes went out very close to each other again. This time Tom for being the leading driver. On the same set of mediums.
I
Unless
imagine
he
they're probably
chose...
working together, maybe. They're both part of the Bonotto training camp, so hopefully they're taking my wise words of wisdom on board with them for this race. Hopefully they can show some good pace.
I just went on board with them down the straight. There is a bit of a gap there. I wouldn't say they're getting the tow. I stay on
Ascari.
board a high rise through his lap. Currently P2. Oh, it's made a little bit of a mistake there. Couldn't get on the power early enough.
Rowan marginally improves on his times and his lap.
High rise is invalidated. His teammate's on an out lap as well.
H2O Cloud emerging from his Alfa Romeo shell.
As Tom is almost 2 tenths up on the medium tyres. And coming through the last sector now, stadium section.
I think he'll have huge improvements. I think he got a bit of dirty air from his teammate coming through here last time.
Well, we'll see as he comes across the line. 1:16 dead moves on to P9 on the medium tyre, just behind his teammate. Who, actually, I think he might have set that lap. Oh no, he did set on the medium tyres. Okay.
Foxy just coming onto their lap now.
Oh, was
JLI is disconnected.
I shall send him an invite.
Thank you. Oh, I was going to stay on board with Langdon, but he's got the rev glitch.
FTR Tom ghosting
Apex.
across the line, but happy with that lap. 16th throw. There's Cloud on the medium.
Apex is up on his time.
Yep, well, almost a 10th.5. Let's see if we can find some more time for the last sector here. One thing I think is just quickly just to note is, although there's a bit of a spread between the fastest and the slowest time currently, the gap from driver to driver is not actually that big, is it?
No.
I think the biggest gap is 3 tenths from Ellis to Moggs, but apart from that, it all seems quite close.
H2O Cloud just coming through the end of Sector 2 now, opening up DRS, going into the right-hander stadium section, 56.8 is the split time. Bit deep into Little Hairpin, but it's fine through the right-hand kink. In the final turn, get the power down. Shortest line, it's a 16.6, which keeps him in last.
Yep,
Unlucky.
and that'll be the best he can do. That'll be H2O Cloud starting 14th now, as he's not got enough time to get around. Unless the lobby wants to do that qualifying glitch where we see it's done, but they've still got another minute and a half to go.
When I joined lobby, the clock was on 17 minutes 20, so I might have a little bit extra time.
Quite possibly. There's Wang Don's just started his last flying lap. Coming through the first sector split.
He's already done a lap on them tyres.
Yeah, he's just under a tenth slow at the moment though. So I wonder if he's
I
missed the
imagine-
previous lap.
I imagine I've got the glitches. Rowan's coming out. Pits
Yeah, as
now.
High-Rise has just come across the line to start a lap. And for the second sector split, Wang Don he's a tenth and a half up on his lap. So if he didn't have a good last sector here, he'd be on for further improvement. He's coming through the last corner now. Shortest run to the line. It's 1:14.6. New provisional pole time. Let's see if High-Rise can do anything to beat that.
Currently half tenth down on his time through the first sector split.
Yeah, and I think High-Rise is the only person that can beat this, as Moggs is currently 2 seconds down on his lap time. So we'll stick with High-Rise and see what he can do. Really pushing the limits here. Yeah, he's pushed it a bit too far. The middle is just invalidated, so I think that is pole position for Wang Don. A 1:14.6, which is, I think, just about where you predicted, Chris.
Yeah, there or thereabouts. I think getting that lap in at the end when the track was at its fastest helped. Just made the gaps look a little bit bigger, but overall they are all within a second and a half of each other. Some of those drivers are on mediums as well, so perhaps if they'd gone on softs, they might have been up there in the 14s, early 15s as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the race.
Vortex has apologised for missing out, which is what you like to see.
And it's literally missed out by about a minute as well. Unlucky. Three drivers on the mediums. Both Mercedes.
Oh, both the Alfa Romeos, too, by the looks of it. Unless Cloud decides to change his starting time. Will be interesting to see what Tosti and Optimus Time choose to start their race on as well.
Alfa Romeo leading the constructors by 45 points at the minute. And it's 52 points to Red Bull. Obviously they can't make that all in one race, but if it finishes how qualifying is, then Red Bull will be making big gains on both Mercedes and Alfa Romeo.
Yep, definitely seems like that at the moment. Let's hope they can convert a 1-2 in quality to a 1-2 in the race. As we have got a dry race. I think it's safe to say it's highly unlikely that we're going to have red in this race then.
That's a shame. Got to spice things up a bit.
Well, we've got another race after this, so let's have our fingers crossed for that, as Moggs is very early to ready up.
The F1 crowd seem elated as usual to see their drivers on the grid. Other than that, one man in the
really
red coat.
Freaky, but pretty freaky that they're all in synchronization as well. But we'll skip that part. Big as to why the EU flag's being waved in Mexico as well, but.
Predicted strategy on my screen is a 2-stop soft medium or a soft medium for the soft runners.
I think that's definitely the safest bet. If you start on the softs, start on the mediums could be a bit different. Talking of mediums, we've got GLI, Tompa, Divide and Tosti on mediums, and everyone else is starting on hards for the race.
Softs, you mean?
Yep, did I say hards?
Yep.
Well, it would be quite fun if they were starting on hards, but That's
Don't
the
think
tyre
you
you
can.
do not want to put on.
I don't think you can in this game. No, I tried it.
You
in,
can if you're outside the top 10,
Oh, I've got you.
but you
Cloud
don't
is
want
in
to.
AI.
Let's hope he's got a reason for that. There's a Scar is also in AI. Just for brief moments though, so I think they're just
The
sorting.
Red Bulls have
So... Yeah, right, the Rebels have really chucked it on, haven't they?
But
But it
this
looks
is an
like-
AI formation lap because obviously the leader Wangdon is in AI. Now he isn't. Your
Yeah, people really
hopes.
want to slow down the pack here, because if you look to the back on the track map, Ultima's time is just coming through the first S now, so I've got a feeling Wangdong's tyres are going to be a little bit chilly for the start of this race.
Yeah, I feel he's gone a bit too fast on that.
Yep, Ultima's time just entering the third sector now, so we'll see at the
Who's
start.
the driver at the
It's a
lead
huge gap
of
between.
the other pack?
It's Foxy.
He has been quite slow. I was on him for most of the formation lap, but
That'll be a penalty coming that driver's way for leaving too big of a gap. Equally though, the Red Bulls did pull away too quickly as well, so we'll look at that after.
right, the lights go out for us. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go for the Mexican Grand Prix.
A lot of wheel spin from all the drivers there. It looks like FTR has got an amazing start. Like I said, they starting third and fourth are going to get a better launch, and it seems that a lot of ERS users, Wangdong's kept that lead. Is Eric's going to make a dive bomb? He's not.
Someone's front wing
really
is off.
wide. Oh,
Yeah, Apex is round.
Oh, a lot
Big
of
crash
people
at
are
turn
losing
1.
damage.
There's a Mercedes
safety
round
car.
as well.
Surprise, surprise.
This is a bit of a common occurrence now in these tier 3 races, and it looks like there's a lot of people with front wing damage.
Ascari taking
Yeah.
the
I saw a
ultra
lot of
safe
McLaren
route
front wing.
to rejoin lane. Everybody overtaken.
H2O.
Didn't need to do that, but
Yep. So as it stands, Wangdong's kept the lead, but FTR Ellis, I believe he's made up 2 positions, or just 1 position, sorry, my bad. 1 position up to P2, splitting those Red Bulls. Morgan Silent Poet keeping position, OAP, Foxy, JLI, and Critical Divide making up places. There's Apex, Flexi, and Ascari FDA, the biggest losers from that start. Just to put
I think-
Optimus
move
time.
down further, Ascari's also got a 5-second penalty. Same with FTR Tom.
I think those will be pitting because I imagine they'll have damage. But just to point out Optimus time, I think the safety car came out prematurely for us on our screen, but Optimus time made an overtake on a couple of people's delivery. So whether the game just gifted him them positions or whether it was a genuine overtake, I'm not sure. But
Oh, is he's following his teammate into the pits? Not quite sure, unless he's got down, I'm not quite sure why he's doing that.
and the Mercedes are
double stacking.
And then I
Yes,
think
yes.
there's going to be a Alfa Romeo double stack as well. Oh, there
It's
would
gone
have
onto
been.
mediums.
Tom
Nice, just
Putt
made it out.
only
Onto the
just
hards.
coming out of his pit box.
Is it? Optimus Time's just getting served now. As Cloud gets out just ahead of Tompa.
It's gone on softs again. Interesting.
Rowing on hards, that is a very interesting choice of tyre.
Yep. Whether he thinks they can get to the end, we'll see, but
34 laps is a huge ask.
yeah. So I think we'll have another lap after this one by the safety car, and the start of lap 4 should be when we get back racing. Do they almost get us from that start then?
Other than a lot of carbon fibre, no.
Fortunately, not as many drivers involved in instances past races. Obviously, still more than we'd like, but you can't have it all, can you? I think I can't remember if you mentioned this. Sorry if you have. Tossi's made up into P7.
Yeah, I think that's just from most people in front pitting. I didn't mention that. I think, yeah, it's just been the likes of JLI, Tompa, Cloud, Rowan all pitting in front of him.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate for Apex. He's dropped down out of tier 2, been getting involved in incidents there and driving around at the back, and now he finds himself in a lower tier and at the back. So I hope it doesn't knock his confidence. He can still get a good result from here, he just needs to keep his head down. I'd say getting past Rowan on those hard tyres, #1 priority as soon as that safety car restart comes about, which I would have thought should be at the end of this lap. All concertinaing up through the second sector, but no wing damage, no drivers bumping into the back of each other. It's all looking very rosy at the moment, despite the incident at turn 1.
Yeah. You'd like to think come round 6 people will have learned from their mistakes that they've suffered from past races, leaving bigger gaps during a safety car, something that I think people have picked up on, just to avoid unnecessary damage as the safety car is in at the end of this lap. Let's see how much Wangdon slows down for this.
Interesting restarts around here. It's like a very slow section of track, which the safety car does try and pull away, but
yeah, the safety car line I think is quite early on in the pit lane too, so it shouldn't put the limiter on. I think he's left a big enough gap now, so it's just a matter of when he's going to pull the trigger, which is round about now.
no.
Bit of a weird restart. It looks like Harris has got a bit of a jump on Ellis. Can he use the stick
And
to
Mox
get past?
as well. This would be 3 wide into turn 1.
Bit of
overtake
back to
Abel.
OP Foxy though. Silent Per even. Harris looks to the inside of Ellis. Who's going to be later on the brakes is Ellis. Trying to go around the outside. Harris shoves him wide. Mog's sitting back. Licking his lips at this as Harris gets past, but Ellis cuts the corner a bit just to get the better exit. He's on the outside coming to the next corner. We've got another
Next
yellow
one
flag.
is the yellow. That is FTR Tom. It's
Yep.
the main loser.
Highrise gets the move done. Good battling between those two. Both tried to outsmart each other there.
Apex on Tompa. Tompa was your previous race winner. His debut to FTR as well.
Tompa going around the outside of Rowan into the middle sector. Oh, whoa.
Oh, there's been.
They've
Rowan.
Oh,
Looks like it
did you
ghosted
see him
there.
ghost inside? Yeah.
They're still side by side though. Oh, Poet's out.
Silent Poet's out.
He's hit the wall.
In the wall. It's in the wall. You'll see it on board
Surprised
the
that's
top
not
now.
another safety car. No. Whether that was
Lost it on the
contact,
exit.
I'm not sure. I think it was Tosti behind but no AP Foxy in front of him. Whether there was contact involved, I'm not sure. Let's hope there wasn't. It was really unfortunate for him though. Early on,
Ellis.
first full racing lap.
Ellis on high rise, low ERS for both drivers. On high rise
Ape-
using the last of
Apex is
his.
back into the pits. And OAP Fox is all over the back of Moggs here. Moggs taking a very unusual line for the first few corners.
Oh,
He's
Tosti
Oh no,
and JLI.
contact!
got a flag gets through as well.
Just had a snap of oversteer on the exit of turn 3. JLine's tried to send it round the outside and Tosti's just lost it into him.
Looks like Moggs is catching up to this battle between Ellis and High Rise. There's Tompa on the soft compound tyres catching up to these medium runners in front of Cloud, Tosti and Divide. I wonder if Cloud's going to put up much of a fight. It's Tosti gets a 3-second time penalty.
Little bit of lag in the lobby.
box season. That's a genuine stop very early, considering that there's only been, what, 2 racing laps?
Correct. Tom put right on the back of Cloud there. Is he going to make a move in turn 1? We'll see. Looks to the outside as Moggs gets a time penalty. Later on the brakes, and he's got the move done before the corner ends, but Cloud keeping in around the outside. Side by side still. Tompa gets it. Looking ahead though. Looks like Tosti making a move on Divide here. As GLI is absolutely running clear for 2 seconds on them. Divide breaks later and keeps the move though. Keep the position, sorry.
I think I was on board with Tosti. He broke a little bit earlier on purpose.
Is he? Tom was giving him a tap. Fortunately, no damage for the Mercedes driver, but is he going to make a move here? He's not, but he's right behind the AlphaTauri driver. As Ellis gets his first penalty.
Rowan got one as well for running wide out of turn 5.
And I think this will be the first opportunity for the DRS. I wonder if this will help Tompa get past Tosti and those slower medium compounded tyres.
Poor exit from Tosti, which pushes Tompa back.
And I think Tosti just missed out on DRS from Divide too, so he's going to be a sitting duck at the end of this straight, if not the next. Tompa
Yeah, the
looks at the
double
inside.
DRS is pretty overpowered around him.
Tosti brakes late, tries to keep it in. He chooses not to dive down the inside. That's really smart. Cloud behind those. Cloud going to make an attack. He runs wide on the exit though. Tosti's using the ERS to pull away.
Cloud
I
sitting.
sense. Sorry, go on, Callum.
I was going to say Cloud sitting pretty high up the championship order in 4th, I want to say.
Yep.
Been consistent. I think he's finished 6th, 4th, 6th, 4th, 6th. So, yeah, he'll be looking to get further at good.
Yeah, if he's following his current
say,
trend of positions, he's going to finish 6th.
Yeah, I was going to say about Tosti. It looks like he's trying to be a bit more wise than he has been in past races. He's picking his battles.
It's just so that he makes contact with Cloud, but no damage on either end.
Side by side here.
Boys round!
As he spins on the curb.
Commentator's
Got his
curse.
nose in where he perhaps shouldn't have. Wise.
He broke very early off the DRS zone.
Yeah, which allowed Cloud to get past as JLI gets past Moggs into turn 1. JLI on that soft compounded tyre, same with Moggs.
Alice
Showing a bit more pace at the moment.
Been able to keep up with High Rise for that 2nd place spot, but High Rise has exhausted all of his energy.
Yep, as Tompa also gets past Divide. Mercedes really starting to move up the order here.
Tosti probably a bit frustrated now, trying to get past Optimus Time, tries one around the outside. Not to be.
Oh, what's going on here?
Critical Divide has made a mistake somewhere, just drops down. Oh, as I mentioned...
He's got wing damage.
No, I think he just ran wide. As I mentioned, Ellis
Optimus
not
Time.
being able to catch up. He has caught up, and JLI and Moggs all within just over a second of each other.
Optimus Time is struggling a little bit. He's locking up pretty much at every corner. Possibly using no assists.
Ascari around the outside. Rowan struggling on them hards.
No! As Divide almost runs into the back of Ascari there. The fight at the front is really starting to heat up here as Ellis has just got within High Rise's DRS zone.
Yeah, if he can catch that at the end of Sector 3, that will definitely
Divide.
help him.
As JLI picks up a 2nd penalty, that's now 6 seconds. High Ride's also getting a penalty. JLI 5/10 behind Ellis here. He's definitely the closest one at the top 4 at the moment. Can he get past the driver into turn 1?
Just reading the comments, an interesting prediction for the podium from Casper, saying Wangdon for P1, Ellis for P2 and Tompa for P3.
So the wise prediction is High Rise actually came into the pits. He's coming out even on medium compound tyres, so I think that's firmed him for a soft medium soft strategy.
Yeah.
We'll see if anyone else
JLI's
reacts.
just got past Ellis into turn 1 as well.
He's going to come out just behind Optimus Time. As Ellis... Oh no, JLI got past Ellis down into turn 1.
Yep.
Yeah, just said that.
Oh, sorry, I just...
It's alright. I caught it on stream, so...
Oh.
Yeah, all this battling's really helped Wangdon though. He's now got over a 5-second lead out front. He'll be in this lap for sure after his teammate.
I think Roman's
Critical
really...
Divide's really pushing on Rowan. I mean, he's on the hards.
Yeah, I was going to say them hards do not seem great. Just out of turn 5, I don't think he's stayed within track. Not one lap I've been watching him, but just the understeer on them hard tyres at any track is awful, and this one especially, it's very downforcey track.
Yeah, there's High Rise makes a move in Optimus Time. Oh, really late on the brakes down the inside, but he gets past. I wonder how much Wangdon's going to extend here after his teammate's been held up in traffic. What tyres did he actually put on?
Mediums.
Yeah, mediums. Optimus
He's
Time.
just, I think he's going to come out behind Tosti here.
I think the overcut has slightly worked. I think it was 2.5 seconds, now it's 2.1.
Yep. Wangdon, I hope he's not going to get stuck behind Tosti for too long. I think he's probably just going to use overtake down this straight. Whether I'll make a move, we'll see. Looks to the outside. Tosti has that covered. He'll probably be a bit annoyed with that because his teammate will be catching up all throughout the middle sector. As Tosti's on those old medium tyres, as Ellis gets a second time penalty, up to 6 seconds now. JLI pulling away from him. I wonder if any of those two will be in this lap.
Wangdon. Penalty.
Yep, now only
First
2
penalty
drivers.
as well.
2 drivers not to get penalties so far. FTR Thomper and Apex Fox. As Ellis comes into the pits.
Very
Followed by
close
Thomper.
between Ascari and Rowan, as Critical Divide has got past Rowan now.
As
Oh,
always, Rowan always hits the wall.
he did that with like
Wangdon
Valtteri
all over the
Bottas
back
a
of
couple of years
Tosti.
ago.
Wangdon, hope he'll get past Tosti here. His teammate quite close behind as well, as Ellis is coming out of the pits. I think he's going to come out just behind Foxy by the looks of it.
Quantum
He is.
flies by Tostu.
Yeah.
Ellis is
Wangdon's
in
teammate behind High Rise.
Ellis.
He is, you're alright. Looks like Moggs is just going to drive straight past him here.
He was fighting him as well.
Yep.
Ellis
Shame
in
for Ellis.
AI mode.
He is.
Yeah.
JLI gets another 3-second time penalty, the first driver onto 9 seconds. Ascari, who hasn't pitted yet, is really struggling on his tyres as Rowan's
Tompa
hards have
Been
come alive now.
Tompa got
They
wide.
both go really wide.
Rowan gets past Ascari, but that's Ascari planning for the pitch straight.
I think Ascari's going to be him. His tyres are dead. As he's choosing to stay even longer, but his tyres must be absolutely killing. But like you said, Callum, he's going to have DRS. It's JLI in the
JLI.
pits. Where's he going to come out? I think he's going to come out just
Just
ahead of
around
Foxy.
Yeah, it'll be quite
It looks
close.
like Moggs is getting past Foxy.
Oh, Wangdon and Rowan. Before that was a little bit of contact.
High Rise is going to
Yeah.
get past Rowan here too.
Rowan falling down the order.
It all closed up in the first couple of turns there for those 4 drivers. Did well to get through it without any damage in the end.
Ellis now out
Ellis.
of the points with his AI shenanigans. Oh, he's actually back in the car now. Behind his teammate though. I wonder if they're going to communicate a switcheroo.
I
Yeah.
think
Could have been a genuine issue.
Apex is just on his own in the party, so no communication then.
Ascari is all over the place in the middle sector. Right on the back of Rangdon here though.
Just to point out, Wanged and Ascari, F1 High Rise, Rowan, the Gektosti, JLI, and Moggs are all within 1 second of each other. Huge DRS train forming as
FTR Tom's
So-
on the spin.
it's the second time he's found himself
Oh.
in the grass.
As JLI gets past Hosty as Ascari comes into the pits. It's going to be a huge DRS train here. Tosti
Right on
looking
board
to
with
get past
Tosti.
JLI. Is
And
he going to get
Rowan.
Rowan before turn 1?
He definitely wants to be on the inside here.
Yeah. JLI around the outside, it's 3 wide. Oh, JLI gets past the pair of them as Rowan gets onto the grass and he gets a little bit of a tap there. Tosti gets past Rowan. Moggs gets past Rowan. Moggs looking to get past Tosti here as well. And Thumper looking to get past Rowan here as well. He goes to the inside, getting a bit of a squeeze from Rowan though. Rowan
Yeah.
probably quite angry with what happened, but as he squeezes
Bit of contact.
Thumper off the
Again
track.
getting hit by Rowan.
Oh.
Rowan just hasn't been comfortable through that area of Sector 2. And he's just been running wide a lot. I mean, I'm gonna stake on board with Tom for here. And Rowan seems, I can feel the understeer even though I'm just watching this car in third person. It's painful to watch.
Yep. The Stomper gets another 3-second time. Oh, that's his first, sorry. Said Thumper, it was time. Time's up to 17 seconds worth of penalties as Tomper gets past Rowan, I think, doesn't he? Oh no, I think he got past for a split second, but so Rowan's got back past.
Some of the
5
medium
second
runners are in.
penalties. Beans the pits.
As Apex spins.
It's
As
good
Rowan's
to
all
get
over the back of
someone if he's
JLI.
gonna retire.
Tomper, sorry.
Rowan down the inside, no.
As Moggs gets past Tosti for P5.
Tosti won't have
Looks like-
DRS here.
No,
Apex
Tomper's
onto
going to make a
the
move
lights.
too. Wonder if Tosti's going to fight back. He's not. Sort of has a little bit of a look there. Wonder if Rowan's going to take anything off this as well. As JLI is slowly bringing the gap down between him and the 2 Red Bulls up ahead. And as I say that, he gets another 3-second time penalty up to 12 seconds.
Optimus time is probably near disqualification on 17 seconds.
Yeah, I think he needs to get above 30 for disqualification, but he's not too far off, is he?
No, less than halfway through the race.
Yeah, there's Tosti, Rowan and Foxy here. All 3 separated by 8 tenths. Looks like the
Oh.
Racing Point and AlphaTauri are going to get past Rowan here. As Tomper's thinking about
High
making a move on
rise.
Moggs.
Just got within
3
DRS
wide.
of his teammate now.
As Tom's
That's
retired in the
Tom.
pits. Oh, as Rowan's really late on the brakes. And that's
He's
all his own
round.
fault. Took the curb and clipped the tyre of Foxy and he's round. He's going to lose a few positions there. I think Foxy's going to think about making a move on Tosti here too. Chooses better of it. Rowan the biggest loser there though, losing 2 further positions and down into 11th on those hard tyres. As Tom calls it a day.
What
Oh,
a
Foxy
move
with a
from
lovely
Foxy
move.
around the outside.
Who's going to be the... Oh no!
Oh,
there's
no.
Contact.
And he's driving straight back onto the racing line.
I think.
As Tosti gets a 3-second time penalty. And would you look at that, OAP, Foxy and Rowan back onto the same piece of track. JLI within 6 tenths of high rise here as Cloud finally pits. So JLI is going to have DRS here on high rise. Both of them on single digits of ERS.
I think.
Don't think he's catching up for a move here, but he might do down the second straight.
Yeah, the second straight does is going to provide us the fastest lap.
Because he's
I
really
think-
closing up here.
Yeah, the
He's gonna make a
second
move.
straight is an underrated position to make an overtake as they're
It's
really
hard.
tight turns.
High rise parks in the middle of the. Oh,
Oh,
there's
no!
contact! There's contact. There's Rowan's retired.
JLI gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting, and high rise is round!
OAP, Foxy and Rowan had contact on the start-finish straight, and something's gone on with Rowan there.
Yeah, there's a safety car. I
Safety
think
car.
Rowan's just been driven into the wall. Yeah, his car's stricken in the middle of the track.
High
And-
rise.
Something did happen with JLI. I saw the Mercedes
Yeah.
going over the grass, but I wasn't
I think
looking at the
he's
screen
lost-
at the time. I was reading the
High
comments.
rise.
I think he's lost some of his front wing.
Yeah, high rise and JLI were side by side down the second main straight, and I think high rise just went left a little bit. JLI wasn't expecting it, or the other way around. JLI went into high rise, and then JLI has to cut the corner to not crash into high rise or Langdon, and then high rise spun.
High rise slowing down a bit too excessively there, just to make sure he doesn't get held up. Fortunately, it doesn't really hold up Thomper's because he's got to wait for JLI anyway. But it seems as if everyone's coming in to the pits here. I don't think anyone's choosing still. I say that, but I think Cloud's staying out and he's on the soft compound tyres. So Cloud
He
is
is
going to
just
come out in
made
second
fresh
place. Would you look at that? Starting all the way down in 14th after second on brand new soft compound tyres. As
Just,
OAP
yeah.
Foxy speeds into the pits.
Optimus time nearly. Oh no!
Ooh! So Apex
That-
flexes
that
almost
was
drives into the back of him.
dangerous. I think Optimus might have just been a little bit too nice to Red Bull Vine slowing down, and then Apex is just carrying on like a steam train, which is well what I would have done. And obviously does not see a McLaren pretty much stopped in the middle of the track. But
There's a Scar, he's back into AI, which is quite a trend. His safety car and formation laps. So whether that's something we can crack down on or not, we'll see. But everyone leaving enough space at the moment. High rise really losing out here, down to 5th place. JLI still behind him though. Quite interesting to see the different choices of tyres for the drivers. Let's have a quick look at who's actually on. You've got Wanged on high rise, Ellis and Optimus Time on the medium still. You've got HOO Cloud, Scar and Crippled Wide on the softs. And everyone else on the hards, including Moggs, JLI, Tosti, Apex, Thomper and Foxy. And Apex is the only current driver who's 0 penalties. Everyone else is either on 3, 6, 9, 12, 17 or 20 seconds.
the
Just
Scar
the most
reason
is
that'll be all.
It's,
I think
they'll
that
come
is
out last.
their AI fitting for them.
Well, you'd say that's calm, sticking the car in AI for the lap.
Because the AI do love hitting absurd times, and this is what I would class as one of them. It's JLI. He's very aggressive, and oh no, that's high rise.
Ooh!
High
What
rise
is-
was Ellis in AI.
No,
That's a lot of
JLI's
things going on.
JLI's
Optimus
overtaken
time,
high
no
rise
one.
there.
Apex is
No, there's
one of them has
shenanigans
been
going on.
hit.
No, it's because
And-
JLI is supposed to be behind high rise here. I'm not quite sure why he's overtaken high rise. He's
No
trying to.
driver is now penalty free as Optimus time or an Apex got in a collision, and Optimus time hits the 30-second mark. There you go, laps winning.
He's very close to a disqualification then.
You'll get that lovely orange message coming up at the top of the screen.
Yep. And I think JLI and high rise are really lucky not to get any penalties there. Those two having all sorts of shenanigans.
Alice just coming out of AI. He's another AI driver of the day. Highlight has made that move stick under safety car then.
No, High Rise was ahead. JLI overtaking when he shouldn't have done.
Oh, oh.
It's because of Ascari's pit stop. Oh no, we are going green. Wonder if Wangel is going to go late again. Looks like he has. He's gone.
Mugs with an awful restart. High Rise again on him. Oh, that's worked out.
The safety
What's
car's
going on
still
here?
out.
Is it? Does it come straight back up then? What's going on
You can
there,
see, but you can see the
Yeah,
safety
there's
car
two
coming into
safety
the
cars.
pits, and the safety.
No, the one in
What?
the pits is Apex.
Oh,
I'm not sure what happened there because I thought the safety car was going in.
and
That was weird.
Cloud
Cloud's
gets
been given a
flights staying.
What on earth is going on?
Whether this is just a thing from spectators, Tompa is lagging all over the place. I don't have words for what's just happened. The safety car went on everyone's screen, right? That wasn't just mine. Wow, then.
It's coming into the steward request already.
Uh,
We will look at them. Something will be done about it. But yeah, this safety car, it's glitched for me because it went in. And then
it
popped
came straight back
again.
out. Apex served his 5% penalty under that pit stop as well, so he's now penalty free again as the safety car says it's in this. Whether it actually comes in, we'll find out, but
Wangton's third restart of the day, and there's only been 2 safety cars.
well, there's only been 20 laps as well. It's told Tosti and Divide. Tosti gets a 5-second penalty for collision with Divide. No?
Will
penalties.
Mugs get a good restart on them hard tyres?
Optimus time's on 30 seconds worth of penalties now. Oh,
Yeah.
critical divide's binned it on the last turn.
Safety car? No.
Hang on then.
Moggs.
Gets a good restart.
Yeah, Moggs has got a much better run this time. Rise a bit further back. Bit of a gap between Tosti and Thumper, by the looks of it. It's LS is picking up another penalty. JLI really poor traction on those hards as Optimal Harm gets another 3-second penalty. That's up to 33. As Rowan leaves the session, but he's already out. No difference. His high
Yeah,
rise is
set the
all over the
clip
back
into
of
me.
Mods here. It's clouds all over the back. Wind on here too.
Cloud on the soft tyres, of course.
Alice with a great run on JLI here. Coming into the
See if he
stadium
makes a move.
section. Obviously no
Doesn't make
DRS.
a move. Oh. JLI's kept it in around the outside. Ellis looking for the cutback. Not really working. JLI gets the position back then.
Cloud
See if
and
Ellis is going to
Wangton.
make a move.
Oh. The 2 leaders at the minute, and
Rise
Cloud's
making a
pulled
move
up
on
a
Moggs.
miracle drive. If I'm just flicking on to position change. Yep, 12 positions gained. So far he's my driver of the day, been very smart with this strategy. You got any early shouts or?
No, I'm same as you right now. Cloud, really good race. Keeping it clean on those medium tyres at the start, not needing to pit. Actually, I think he did pit, I lie. I think
Yeah, he
put
pitted on
mediums on again.
softs, but then he didn't have to go on to safety car. He's only made 1 stop, I want to say. Oh, and it's made 2. I don't know, but he's got into second with the strategy call, that's all I know. Ascari's
Yep.
made a mistake. His critical divide tries someone run the outside of Optimus time. Texas
Oh,
yellow.
Tossi's made another mistake here. I'm not sure if he's reset a track, whether I've just joined him at the wrong time, but he's lost another few positions. His Cloud is right on the back of Wangdon here, and he's got about 40% more ERS. DRS gets enabled, so go away.
Oh,
go away
Optimus time and critical divide.
Apex Flexi is in and he's sped and he's retiring.
He's gonna retire, yeah. Yeah, right on. As Tosti comes into the pits and goes onto the hard compound tyre.
One of the poorer debuts we've seen then.
Yep, I think his anger getting the better of him, not just sticking it out, hoping for an opportunity, obviously just giving up. Not what you like to see, but fair enough. Cloud's still within a second of Wangdon. He'll want to stay within that second if he wants the DRS opportunity. So it just falls out of 1 second. Moggs on the back of High Rise, I think Tara's made the move on Moggs, or have we already said that?
Yeah, into turn 1, last lap.
Yeah.
Alice and JLI also sticking close. Cloud has dropped back a little bit now.
Yep, out of DRS of Wangdon now, unfortunately for him. Ellis taking a lot of curve through the last sector there. He'll be within DRS range of JLI, whether he'll make a move we'll see. He's got the DRS on, not really.
He hasn't got much DRS at all.
But you said that he's got 0, right?
Yeah,
Optimus tie.
36 seconds.
Wow.
I was just spectating him. He really should have not got that penalty. He got a corner cutting warning for using the pit lane as the track and then pulling out, which is a strange way to cut a corner. But oh, Ellis on JLI makes the move stick for now. Obviously JLI will have DRS into the stadium section. There's Cloud as well. He's gained all of his time.
He's got another penalty there, right?
To add to his 8-second difference now.
Yeah. Wangdon's going to be a sitting duck down the straight now.
He is only one of
Apex.
3 drivers.
I've got some comments in the chat. Rowan's had enough, and Apex says he's not racing anymore. He's retiring from any tier. But that's not the case.
You like to see it.
As Optimus time finally gets disqualified. Cloud gets past Wangdon too.
Yeah, on board with that. Yeah, so Cloud just needs to build a gap now and try and hold that gap. How many penalties has he got? Got 11 seconds worth of penalties. Optimus time leaves the session.
Disqualification.
Yeah, I think Cloud will be lucky to get those tyres to the end though.
He did say he didn't want to get put on softs, that's why he's in AI. I think he's put it in the general chat.
Looks like Wangdon's going to come back at Cloud here.
Got a comment from AVFC, Tier 2 driver. He thinks Cloud is going to have to pit again.
No, I agree with Sile AVFC.
Oh no! Wangdon and Cloud, there was contact there.
Side pod contact.
Did you catch that on stream?
I did catch that on stream. It didn't look too bad. It was one of those where once the car was in that position, they didn't really have anywhere to go until the track opened back up.
Yeah, I guess, but I think Wangdon tried to run on the outside, and obviously he has half the track there, but That's just
Yeah,
my opinion.
it's true.
And my
I was
opinion is
on
often
board
not
with-
the right one. So.
No, I was on board with Cloud, so I couldn't really see exactly where the rest of the track was on Landon side. It's a good battle. We've both not got damage, so we carry on. 10 laps to go. You know, he's been nearly 2 seconds behind in this little stint after the safety car, and he's brought it back into DRS range.
Yeah.
He's done that again. Now,
Yeah,
did he just miss out?
yeah, no, he's just got it. Wangon went deep into one of the hairpin corners, and that allowed Cloud to catch back up, but I think the gap's still a bit too big here.
Oh, I love the camera the game shows riding on the broadcast, just coming through the pitch straight.
Cloud runs really wide out of turn 3.
Humper on Alice down into turn 4. Good three-way fight for the 4th place position. Just having a look at penalties, and it looks like Alice is currently in 6th, so Humper might not be as aggressive on Alice as he would be on Moggs, but we'll see that unfold.
Yep, you never know. Tompa just behind as well, a second back, and that second back from his OAP Foxy.
Cloud does it again, barely gets DRS. Lucky boy. I think, yeah, there you go, there's the pit stop that we were all expecting.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a 3-wide battle, maybe even a 4-wide with JLI joining the band. As Morgs moves up into 3rd, 4th for Ellis, 5th Tompa, 6th for JLI. Ellis moves to the inside. Tompa's following him. He's going to brake latest. Ellis brakes latest. Morgs goes for
Good
the cutback,
timing
and he's
move,
just
JLI
been
runs
tapped
wide.
by.
Oh no, JLI's
no,
round.
the teammates have collided.
That isn't
JLI's
too
looked
bad
to
for
the inside of
JLI,
Tompa.
it's just maybe the rear tyre's a little bit warm. But
Yeah.
Foxy
Ellis
with
is-
26 seconds of penalties next in line for a disqualification.
As Tompa and Ellis get past Foxy there. OAP getting past JLI with the dig. JLI will want to get those positions back. So that's now probably 4-5 cars there, separated by about 2 seconds. As High gets the penalty.
Foxy, despite his penalties, trying to gain on Moggs. Gonna send one down the inside into stadium.
No, thinks better of it. Oh, Ellis is. What happened there? Ellis's car just went completely ghosted. He's lost about a second there to Tompa's. Tompa's right behind him now. Ellis is coming to the pits. It's a really late pit stop here for Ellis. Is he going to put on soft tyres? Oh no, he must have hit the wall at some point. He's broken his front wing. It's a real shame for Ellis there.
Possibly why he was ghosted.
Maybe. As Thomper now moves up into P3. If he can get the gap down to Harris to 3 seconds, he's looking for P2 with the
I think
penalties.
Casper predicts exactly the podium how it is now.
Oh, what's going on here? I think OAP Fox has been put off by Moggs' disconnected car there. It's now jumped back into play, but it might put off the driver. It's just allowed JLI to catch up behind her.
Am I right in saying that Casper did predict this
no.
podium?
I think he might have done, yes. Cloud was right behind Ascari, then he seems to have lost it all on the traction. It looked like Ascari was actually in AI mode. Not 100% sure, I'll have to check when Cloud catches back up, but if there is AI mode for Ascari, it's a penalty. Yeah, and Ascari's in AI mode because there's no way you go that slowly through the middle sector. Because it seems
No.
it's just taking back control
I
there.
think... Yeah, the steering wheel was very jittery. And I think you would break your wrist if any human could do that. So,
Yeah, Ascari seemed to be one of the fond users of AI mode in this game. Let's hope he doesn't use it again. As Cloud looks like he's going to make a move here. As OAP Foxy moves
Foxy.
up 29 seconds where the penalties. Cloud to the inside of Ascara and moves up into P7. There's JLO's all over the back of Foxy here. OAP's Ascari's teammate. Seems to be a three-way battle for P4 now as Tompa's running away with it a bit, trying to catch up with High Rise.
It's still a two-way battle for the lead as well, because be about 2/10.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, got that the wrong way round.
No,
you got
that's
the-
right. Oh wait, no.
No, it's the other way
Yeah.
around because Hara's got 9.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
other way round.
So 2 seconds between Tompa and High Rise. Only one driver remaining on 3 seconds of penalties, and that is Ascara. Possibly would have had more if they didn't be an AI.
Use
but-
AI, yeah.
Here we go, there's Foxy on
Foxy on
Mogs
Mogs.
on the inside.
Foxy has to
To
cut the
warn him.
corner.
Oh,
Oh.
lovely.
It's given JLI an opportunity, this is.
Could we
Alice
see
with the
3
fastest
wide
lap.
into time 4? Foxy tries one around the outside.
Oh, bit of contact.
JLI with a double switchback, maybe? That would be the switchback of dreams, but
Oh,
Not to
backside
be.
of it a little bit. Oh,
Runs
takes
really
a wide
wide on
line
the
there
exit
though.
though.
that's the wide line of dreams.
Foxy
Moggs
leaving
is
to drive away now.
currently... I think Moggs has got P4 written in the books because he has got a 23 seconds penalty advantage on Foxy and 6 seconds on JLI. So
Correct.
I think he's still looking good for P4. Touch wood.
I think at this rate Fox is going to be losing at least 4 or 5 positions. That's if he doesn't get any more penalties. If he does, it's going to be more than that. JLI gets a really poor exit out of the last corner. He's not going to be challenging Moggs turn 1, but is Moggs going to challenge Foxy? We'll see.
All on
As
13
Divide gets
left
another
on
penalty, and LS.
cards even.
Just a quick update on the battle for second. Tompo is now 3.4 seconds behind High Rise, so that's now a 3/10 gap before he's got second place in the books. So it'll be interesting to manage that for the last 5 laps.
He has
It's 4 laps,
gained, I
sorry.
think, 1.8 seconds since this time 2 laps ago, so great drive
Yes.
from him.
Those hard tyres probably standing up a bit better towards the end of the race. He'll be really happy with P2 as well after a strong win last weekend. Baku.
Alice on
This is-
Sky. Sky picking
There
up
was
a
a
3-second penalty. That
oh.
always.
Oh, really lucky not to make contact there.
Yeah, it looked like the
It's
Sky
got
backed
really on
off
the
at the
brakes.
end.
Ellis moves up into P8 though. Sky will probably get the position back with penalties at the end as JLI gets another penalty. As he looks to the inside of Moggs, a bit of contact. He's going to look for a position again. Decides to stay back. All this fighting is going to let Foxy give him an attempt to extend the gap, but I think with 29 seconds, can sort of write him off for a good finish. As Tompa's gap to High Rise, giving you the 1 lap update, and he's sort of gained another 2 tenths.
Oh! Now this is a fight for position between Moggs and JLI, unless... Oh wait, no,
JLI
JLI picks up
15.
his penalties. Never mind.
Right, got some comments in the chat now. A few people saying High Rise should be the driver of the day.
Not
ABS
quite sure
saying
what
that.
he's done notably.
After a half spin, apparently, he's come back to get P2, and Tomper has done well to come back to P3. I mean, me personally, I'm going to say Wangdon because he's controlled the race from start to finish. I don't think he relinquished the lead once apart from that first pit stop phase,
stop.
and he worked his way back through the pack without issues.
Oh,
Picked
Mogs
his
on
battles.
Joe. I think I'm still going to stick with Cloud, to be honest. Still been a really impressive drive. Sure, that second
Indeed.
place would have been better if the game actually put him on the medium times that he wanted, but still 7th is a valiant effort, and maybe he can get that 6th place to stick with his pattern. Oh, actually he will, because Foxy will drop down behind him.
Yeah, it might be 5th though if JLI's 15 seconds worth of penalties. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, I think I'll have to agree with you, Chris. I think Wangdon's had a few unlucky races so far, and a pole and almost leading every lap, and what could be a win at the moment is definitely performance worthy of driver of the day. And as we say that, Tomper is now within 3 seconds of High Rise, and as High Rise has got another penalty now, actually. So Tomper's definitely got 2nd place now, which is really unfortunate for High Rise. But with OAP Fox's 29 seconds and JLI's 15 seconds worth of penalties, I think High Rise is set for P3 too, barring any mistakes.
Mogs on JLI. I don't think we'll see Mogs being too aggressive, as he knows that he'd rather finish behind on track and inherit 4th than
Tosti gets another penalty.
spin out and ruin his entire race. Tomper's left.
Oh, no.
Tomper's left the session. He's disconnected.
He has a bad connection all race, and invite is already out to him by me. His game's crashed. Oh no!
Well, he's still got a
High
chance here
Rise
because the gap between High Rise and him.
is 5.5. So can he load up his game and gain probably around 2 seconds in about 2 sectors? I think that's going to be a no.
Yeah, and I think OAP Foxy's going to catch him, and JLI, which is really going to hamper his chance of getting this time back. But I don't think it's a bit too late now. As we come on to the last lap, I think that's got to be unluckiest driver of the day in my books. Will look certain for a P2 finish, taken away from him through no fault of his own.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Little Zeus. Oh no. Will he rejoin the session in time?
Oh, it was OP Foxy hits the 30 mark. 32 seconds worth of penalties as Critical Divide gets her a bit of a spin in the last sector.
So,
But driver of my day has got to be Wangdon as he comes into the last sector now. He's had a pretty dominant race. Followed by, I think it was 3/10. As Divide, oh, he's retired into the pits on the last lap. Not quite sure why he couldn't do one more lap.
Anyway, but
I think Ellis had a bit of a spin, but coming out the last corner now, up to the line, he'll be happy with this one. Wangdon takes the win. I think that's his first win of the season. Oh, and on the last lap, Foxy gets disqualified.
oh no!
With 2 corners to go, he's been
High
disqualified.
Rise P2. OAP's car, yeah, it's gone. So,
It's
JLI
going
That's
to
a
come
podium for
across the
Moggs.
finish line as well.
Moggs
Oh,
gets
wait.
the
takes
podium.
P3.
The Cloud gets
Wow,
P4.
P4.
Look at that.
That is my drive of the day. If that P4 stick,
Ah.
well, it will. That P4 will stick. Great drive from him, and
Ascari to the line, gets P7. And Tosti will be the last across the line, and I think he'll stay down in 9th place. A bit of a up and down race for him, but starting at the back and finishing 9th, getting points is still a decent result.
oh, Cloud could have got a podium if this steward's request thing is true. -5 seconds for me for that safety car. 3rd, let's go.
Yeah, that all depends if he can prove it with a clip. Of course, if he can send that in. the game gives driver of the day to H2O Cloud.
Yep, I'll have to agree with that.
Have we got anything from the viewers? Yep.
We've got Nipser saying H2O Cloud.
Yeah, Cloud has clipped it to make sure that he gets that 5 seconds removed. High rises. Said, yeah, Tompa did get unlucky, which is good that he's admitted it. Not one driver being penalty free then.
So there you have it. Banged on from high rise from Moggs, that's your podium.
Do you want them to
Fastest
get
lap.
interviewed?
Going to Ellis, yeah, if you can invite him to the party, please. JLI with a solid debut finish in 5th. Good evening. If you could include your audio, please.
Audio included. What a rig.
Oh, I just wanted to make it echoing again.
Is that everyone in?
Yep.
Sorry for the echo,
On this, mate.
if there is one.
Yeah, well, I think I'll just start off by saying really good race from all three of you, really. Keeping it clean and not getting involved in too many incidents, but first of all, I'd like to say congratulations to Wangdon, really good win. How's that for you?
About time, innit? I mean, quick 1-2 for quality of me in high rise. Manu, we out here, Red Bull. And then just dominate the race, really.
Yeah, I think, I don't want to call it on superstitions, but I think he got really lucky at the end that Tompa disconnected, because it looked like he was going to nick P2 with the penalties, but...
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, but fortunately for you guys, he disconnected, so...
Yeah, we'll take it.
I was losing my cool as well at the end there, so I'm lucky on that one. But with all the backlash I got this season so far, I'll take that. I'll definitely take that.
Yeah,
sure not,
definitely.
man.
In 10 form, so well done.
Callum, any questions?
Yeah, for Moggs, you got involved in a lot of fights. What was your strategy going into them? Was it just kind of just get through, let them through, and then hope you get the podium on penalties, or just try and fight for position?
Yeah, I seen that they had more time penalties than me, so there's no point fighting them. As long as I stayed in that sort of distance, I was going to get on the podium.
Yeah, it's a good result getting onto the podium there. Same, a few drivers had so many penalties that pushed them down. Of course, Tompa as well disconnected and changed everything at the end there. It wasn't going to change the result for those two Red Bulls. Dominant result for those two guys. Back time as well. Any other questions from anyone?
I just want to say from myself, innit, that was the first race pretty much the season where it's been clean more or less throughout, other than a few incidents. But that's probably been the cleanest one so far.
That we have seen though. I don't know what happened behind us.
Don't know what happened behind the shakes. I had a clear path in front of me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a few nice mistakes.
few shenanigans behind you, but much cleaner than usual.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
which
was,
is
it was
ideal.
better than
Good
normal.
start.
Something happened at turn 1 with a Ferrari and a Mercedes, which just about caught it on stream, but you need to look back at that. Few little incidents throughout the race, but all in all, it was a lot better than Baku. Hopefully
Yeah,
we can
didn't take much
keep
off.
this up going forward.
You are in the
Oh,
first
yeah.
place in the Drivers' Championship now, Wangdon.
That's what we do, baby.
Let's go.
That's what we do. That's what we do. And then high rise, next thing you know, he's going to come up now. As long as you don't get into any issues throughout the race, That's easy podiums, I think. We'll take it.
Yeah,
That
that'll see
Maybe
Red Bull
move-
moving ahead of Mercedes in the constructors as well into P2.
Love to see it, don't we? Love to see it.
We're coming for that number 1 spot in constructors.
You know, how
Putting
is.
it out there.
Yeah, poor race from Alfa Romeo as well, so you're definitely making inroads on them.
He done alright to Vettel, H2O Cloud. He's had a. I don't know. I don't get what he done though. That safety car came out soft. I don't get it.
I
He
think he
dropped
put
a
in the
message in
chat.
Discord saying the game put him on softs. I think he wanted
Yeah.
mediums.
Oh yeah, he bottled it.
Also,
And then,
his start, like what happened during this qualifying, he only said 1 lap on mediums, or was that his strategy maybe?
Yeah, I think that might have been a strategy, but he got involved in the collision at turn 1. He lost the front wheel.
Yeah.
Old Cloud will stay in fourth because he served his 5-second penalty.
Yeah, if he hadn't have pitted again, he would have been alright. Interesting.
Okay, anyway, guys, I'm off.
Yeah.
Thank you for this
Cheers,
week.
guys.
See you guys next week. And
Sound.
Australia, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Have a good evening. See you guys next week.
Yeah, see you
See you
guys
next
next week.
week.